This is my next video on the law of attraction, and in this video, I'm going to tell you my childhood story where I applied law of attraction without knowing what law of attraction is. I did it, and at that time, I had no idea how to apply it. But the natural process which I followed to get my success, to achieve my goals in life. When I read this book called as Law of Attraction, or you might have came across the book called as The Secret, I discovered that it's already documented in that book. And then when I came to know it is a scientific way, people have done it, people are doing it, it's already tested and trusted. I am deliberately now doing it every time to achieve my goals, and believe me guys, using it I have achieved every my goal, whether it is a trip, whether it is a house, whether it is a car, whether it is whatever dream you have, I achieved it with the help of that law of attraction. Now, what happened when I was a child? Just like everybody else, coming from a mediocre family or lower middle class family, as I told you in my first video, my father was a factory worker in Kirloskar Pneumatics. And then, that time, the days were different. We didn't have these luxury cars or motorcycles or bikes. He was driving a bicycle, That was necessary at that time. And when I was a child, I was going to Marathi medium school. And we always have dreams. We secretly admire, different wishes, different dreams we imagine through movies, through different people. So that time there was no social media, there was no WhatsApp, there was no Facebook to get different dreams, to get those seeds. There's only people around you and probably a paper media. So my father always wanted, just like everybody's dad, always wanted to see his son rising, to become successful, to become somebody who is known in the society. With this, he used to always, whenever pick me from school or drop me to a school or take me anywhere on bicycle, he used to pour seeds in my mind, showing me all those dreams. Just like other boys, when I was a child, I used to like guns. So whenever we go to any exhibitions, anywhere, I used to always demand a new gun. And after demanding a lot, sometimes used to bless and say, okay, if you do this, you'll get this. This is always a reward against some effort, some challenging thing I had to do. And that's how I was trained, and I used to achieve my guns. That time my father thought, maybe because of my hobbies, because of my likings, he thought that I like guns, so I should join defense, I should join military forces. And then one day he started telling me, okay, I should join, military. I should become the military officer. And I didn't know why, because he told me. And I said, why, Dad? Then every next bicycle trip on the ride, he used to tell me, Dad, look, son, if you become a military officer, you'll get a bungalow, military quarters, bungalows, separate house of your own. You'll get a car with a siren, siren, red lights. You get respect from society. You get the guards around you. You can carry your own gun. And you can fight for the nation. And you'll be the pride of the nation. Now with this continuous seeds pouring from my dad, I decided to join armed forces. That's what I wished. I didn't decide, I wished. I started dreaming. And then one of friend of my dad, he told him that there is something called as Sainik School, which is in Satara. You can admit your son to that school, and there are bright chances that he'll join defense. And he also told him some examples of his friends. My father believed in him. I started telling me, there is school in Satara, but you'll have to live in a hostel, Sainik School. Just for the hostel thing, living separate, living alone from the family, I was a bit reluctant. But then I looked forward a positive side of it. to become a military officer, fight for the nation, pride icon, getting all those fancy things with respect. Then my father told me it's not easy to get admission in that school. There is an entrance exam. At that fourth or fifth standard level, I had to go for an entrance exam. Once you clear the entrance exam, which is going to happen all across Maharashtra, all top students will be selected. Once you get selected from that, you'll have to go to Satara in the Sainik school for your medical and the interview. So I had started preparing for that entrance exam, which was allowed in Marathi, thanks God, because English I had absolutely no knowledge. I learned ABCD, A for apple, B for ball in 5th standard when I went to Marathi medium school, Perigad Bhave school in Pune. So, with that dream, I started preparing for this competitive exam. And then, I gave my exam. There were so many students, those who wanted to join that school that time in my batch. And I was not sure about my results, but I did my best. And we got a letter from the school. That day, my dad was in the clouds, saying that your son has got selected has done passed that exam and he's selected for the medical interview. This is the date. You have to come to the Sainik school for the medical interview. It was roughly, I think, April or May, I guess. My father took me to Satara. That's the first time I went to Satara, across the district borders of Pune. And when I went to the Sainik school, I was amazed. I was amused. It was so big school. I never seen such a big school. The only thing I might you find such schools in the movies that time. People were all well dressed, with the blazer, with the tie. So nice. I was really impressed. And my dream became more powerful that I want to join this school now. I went to the interview, I still remember, with my little English, because interview was not in Marathi, because my principal, Wing Commander Oak, OK Sharma, was that time the principal of Sainik school that time. So he asked me a few questions like, what's your name, or what's your family. So I had to Disapeta, the sawal or the answers ready, which I just told him. And after my medical, because medically we are fit, my father and my generation, they're medically all fit. We don't have any histories. But the disappointing thing was, the doctor of that government hospital in Satara gave a remark that it seems that he might have tonsils, can face problems. And with that, the school told me there's a possibility that he may not get selected, because the father was asking them what are chances, etc. And we got disappointed. We got disheartened, and we came back to our home. My father was not really positive, but I was positive inside. I was continuously wishing, because once you look at the school, once you look at the people, the Sainik school students, that time, as compared to the Marathi medium typical traditional schools, in the English medium central board CBSE with that great life, I was impressed, and I was continuously wishing for that school. And few days after, we received a letter from Sainik school saying that your son Sunil Dhadve has been selected in Sainik school Satara. And that was a moment to celebrate, guys. My wish came true, and I was going for Sainik school Satara. At that time, from that year, we were only 3 or 4 students from all over Pune who got selected to Sainik school Satara. From Pune, we were 3 or 4 from all over entire Maharashtra. From all the cities, all districts, 3-4 students were selected, and I was proud of myself. My father was proud of himself, and then my family was very happy that we have done something remarkable. And from that time, or rather from the childhood, I always have a habit of how can I stand out from the crowd, how can I achieve my goals. And then, if you observe this whole story, what you have to understand is, in the law of attraction, the first thing is required. What do you want in your life? What do you want? That one thing. What are you wishing for? How badly you want it. And it's not only wishing, guys. You have to dedicate for it. You have to continuously take efforts towards your goal. So I was preparing for the exam. So preparation is also very important. Okay, that's the first thing. Now only wishing, dreaming in the nights is not enough. You have to do daydreaming. Whenever you are free, when you are idle, at that time you have to consider, think about your dreams. How can you achieve it? And then second thing, don't announce your dreams to people unless you achieve it. Because there's a possibility that your friends, the people around you, might send some negative signals, might send you some, tell you some negative thoughts, might tell you about drawbacks, the negativity. The way I became negative when the government or doctor told me that you got tonsils. But I don't know what miracle happened. And I got a letter of selection. And I got admitted to Saint School Satara. So, second thing is stay away from negative thoughts. From people, from environment, from the stories, from memes, from movies, from serials, anywhere, we're going to get negative thoughts. Don't look at it. Don't read any negative news. No negative blogs. No. If you want to think only positive. Towards your goal, something that will help you to achieve your goals. So second most important thing is you have to believe in your goals. You have to believe in your dreams. You have to believe that you can achieve it. And that's why you have to look at the all closer stories related nearby people around you, so you can believe more faster, you can believe more stronger. When he can do it, I can also do it. Like that approach. And third thing is very important, guys. You have to visualize. You have to visualize. I still remember the Vittal Kamath story, which is written in a Marathi book, Idli, Orchid and Me, where he mentioned that he's into hotel industry, by the way. You might be knowing the Vittal Kamath's, a lot of chain hotels are there in Maharashtra. So there was some function for the hoteliers. There was an award function, and he went to that function and he started imagining he wanted that award. So night before that award, he went to that stage podium where no one was there in the auditorium. He went there to the podium and he visualized that how tomorrow he is getting that award. He went there, he stood there, he took the award, he addressed the audience. He practiced, rehearsed. And the next day, what he wished, the next day, guys, the universe just implemented his script that he wrote. It has happened with me also. But that I'll discuss in some other story, some other video of mine. But guys, you have to visualize, you have to believe in your dreams. Things can really happen. Just don't create the mental blocks. During this pandemic, when people are thinking that how can you get an e-pass? How can you cross the borders? I'm doing these trips. The last video, if you remember, I sent to you from Goa. This video is from a different location. So you are creating your mental beliefs. How is this possible? How can I go? How can I travel? There are e-pass required. This and that. You are creating doubts. You are creating mental blocks, negative barriers around you. Break them. Set yourself free. Just wish what you want. How? That's universe wish. So please, those who want to implement this law of attraction, 3 things are important. Wish badly. Second, believe in your dreams. And third, go for it. Achieve it. Visualize it. And once you get it, 4 things very important, guys. Thank that Lord, thank that God, thank that energy, thank that universe that He has given you. The life, the dream that once was a dream is a reality now. So executing that dream into a reality is very important. Thank you very much for watching this video. Subscribe my channel so you'll get next more and more videos on this law of attraction to motivate you. Thank you very much. Goodbye.